My name's Quinton Counts. You know, I was born in North Carolina, raised in Harlem. Been through a couple of stages. You know, I've been through my crazy what's gotten into him stage. I've been through the thug stage. I've been through, you know, made a couple of little transitional changes, you know. Single mom, 4 kids. You know how that goes, you know. It can get challenging. So amongst the 4 of us, there's 2 boys, 2 girls. I have a younger brother. You know, so when we got to New York City, I was about 12, maybe 13, and he was about maybe 8 or 9, you know what I'm saying? So when you get in New York, the social demographic for a 13-year-old is completely different from that of an 8, 9-year-old, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, while he was still a kid, still, you know, still like playing with kids, you know, playing in the jungle gym backyard and all that stuff, I was getting into stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff, you feel me? Like, like I should be in jail right now, but, you know, but I found my path, you know what I mean? I wised up, had my experiences, took initiative, started changing my life, you know, thank God, because the majority of my friends were not fortunate enough to be able to say that right now, you know, which is why I'm in the line of work that I'm in now, you know, so yeah, so back to my brother, right? His name is, should I even say this? Alright. You know, fuck it. He's already on the flyer. Anyway, it's William Brandon Rosenberg. Yes, he's black, right? He's black, yeah. But the family, we call him Brandon. But anybody external, he's like, my name is Will. Alright? You call me Will, don't call me Brandon, you know? So for years I knew Brandon. And so apparently there was an urban myth about this character, this massacre in Harlem and like even Pennsylvania. I didn't know this guy. It's a guy named Will Dollars. I didn't know who this guy was. Motherfuckers Will Dollars. Even in my bit, like, you know, my brother's Brandon. You know, well, Will Dollars was him. Okay, he was the psycho thug that I had no idea about. In the house, he didn't even curse. His pants was never sagging. Nothing. You would never have guessed anything. This guy was Bumpy Johnson from the movie Hoodlum, alright? I had no idea about this. It's fucking hilarious because since I had gone through that crazy kid stage, I thought that I was like the crazy one, you know what I mean? And I wised up, and it turns out I'm afraid of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a funny dynamic. So I met Will Dallas when he was 16. And then it was a certain situation that happened where I was like, you know what, let me just introduce myself because I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? My name's Quinton. You know what I'm saying? Like, so one of these stories, I'm not going to tell the first story where I first met him. I'm going to tell the second story where I got more acquainted with Will Dollars. You know, because when you know somebody that's like pretty much can turn up like a ratchet, you pretty much got to like only put them in certain situations. You can only be in certain situations with them because if they can turn it up, it can complicate things for everybody there. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn this the hard way. So he goes, yo, we got some cousins out in Pennsylvania. You know, one of them just got out of jail. Let's go out there and go visit them. Turn up real quick. I was like, nah, man, I'm a technician at this time, computer technician. Life's going good. I'm paying taxes. You know what I'm saying? I go, nah, man, don't think. And then, you know, he has the power of influence. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can just, any one of you know what I'm saying? Like, he walks in, he got a whole different demographic going on. Like, you may even feel like, oh, we got nothing in common. But any one of you, he can convince you to do any fucking thing. Like, this is weird. You know what I'm saying? This is why he's dangerous. But, so I'm like, eventually I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up putting some money down, me, him, a couple of friends. We go out to Pennsylvania to go visit our cousins. And, that was one of the worst decisions I ever made in my life. I'm kidding, exaggerating. But, so the plan was, you know, just to go out and check out the cousins. When we went out there, we ended up hitting out a couple of, you know, it was like a college area where there was like a bunch of parties going on. It was like little frat houses here, little college house there. And then like somebody whose parents is out of town, they throwing parties in there. So we trying out, you know, so we just going out just trying to make the most out of our weekend, you know what I'm saying? And he told me going out there, he like, hey bro, everything's lined up, don't worry about it. We got a place to sleep, we got rides, foods, everything's accommodated, don't even worry about it. None of that was true, right? So, of course, we get out there, I end up having to shell out more money, you know, I'm pissed, you know, you know, all the cases happen. So as we go into these different parties, Wait, I gotta interject this. Y'all know Tyga, the rapper? Alright, so this is a couple of years ago. Alright, so we all know the Tyga that we know now. Some of y'all might not know or even care about it, but I gotta get this off my chest. When I first heard about this rapper Tyga, right now I'm like, alright, I tolerate him. I kind of like him. I don't want to like him, but I kind of like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever had that happen? You like as a rapper, like I shouldn't like you. I ain't gonna tell nobody I like you, but I like you. But but when I first heard about him, I fucking hated him. There was a song he had, Lime and the Coconuts. When you get a chance, go to YouTube and type in Tyga, Lime and the Coconut. It will piss you off. We were staying over at a friend's house, you know, and it was like thousands of us, you know what I'm saying? We sleep on the floor and somebody with a TV on BET. And BET on late night, they'll just routine play these whack videos nobody's asking for. You know what I'm saying? That's when they get it out of the way. And they must have played this video like 6 times in one night, and I just couldn't sleep. I was like, I woke up like, I hate this guy. You know, so anyway, fast forward. Lime and Coconut, for real, look it up. So we go into these parties, and, you know, it's fun, but these like in the woods, you know what I'm saying? This is PA, these are the sticks, you know what I'm saying? So as we go to parties, they get shut down by the police. The police are hip to it. They're like, yeah, we know what time it is. It's Saturday. You all right? Yeah. So boom, we go into a party, and they get shut down. We go to another party, have a good time, they get shut down. And we finally, like, so my brother says this little line to me that I should have taken more seriously at the time. But I accidentally resonated with what he said. He said, it was a joke. He's like, if shit don't go right tonight, I ain't going out without a fight. I should have stopped. Like, wait, I'm the older brother. Cut it out, bro. Don't get into no trouble. Whatever. Anything. I don't know what I could have said, but something. You know, but I kind of felt the same way because this shit was going fucking horrible at the time. So we got this one party, and it's like majority white people, right? You know, whatever. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter to me. But I know who I'm with. You know, there are a bunch of people who aren't as diverse in different crowds. You know what I'm saying? Don't really know how to, like, you know, just go in and just be chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we've been in a couple of our parties, people turn it up and all of that. So we go to this one party, people, they socialize. You talk at the red cups, people smiling, they get, you know, playing the little alternative rock music and stuff like that. It's cool. You know, and this is how you know not to go, you know, maybe to the race jokes. No, I don't used to do the race jokes like that, but this is how you know, like, black people from Harlem that are in the party, right? When you hit a, hey, and it's like a circle, and there's somebody in the middle doing this. That's how you know it's black people from Harlem in here, right? So my initial plan was to go in there to, you know, nah, it's mad to the violence, it's chill. You know, we went in there, we changed the music, we were doing the claps, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. Like, we did the complete opposite of what I had in mind as me. I'm supposed to be the diplomat of the group, you know what I'm saying? So, so all right, boom. So we changed the music, we throwing on Jim Jones, you know what I'm saying, and all that stuff. So I could tell everybody, like, what the fuck, you know, and then all of a sudden, like, the guy whose house it was, he's running the house, he kind of like, he go, hey, he just stepped to whoever was closest to him in the group, which unfortunately was my brother. You know what I'm saying? He said, can you guys keep it down? There's like police, you know, they going around trying to shut down parties and we trying to keep a low profile. I hear that conversation, I go, wait, let me hurry up and get over there, you know, for my brother gets a chance to reply, which is not always the most respectful thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? It may be along the lines of, the fuck out of here. Who the fuck are you? You know, so he's saying that, I run over there, I'm like, oh, all right, bro, it's no problem, you know what I'm saying? We got you, you know, I put my brother out of the way. Yeah, you know, everything's good. You know, I completely understand. My brother is mumbling his disrespectful stuff. And I'm like, don't worry about him, that's my younger brother. You know what I'm saying? So, that wasn't soon enough. You know, so my brother, he's already, you know what I'm saying, started to say his little disrespectful stuff, you know what I mean? And the roommate, he had his little affiliates who felt some kind of way about what my brother was saying. Everybody, you know, got the little, the prairie dog neck now, like, I'm saying that shit. You know, you know, lost attention. Now the argument starting. It starts getting outside now, and then apparently, like the only other hood people that was in the area, you know, what I'm saying, now it's like an altercation. I don't know. It's complicated. I ain't really like sorted it out, but whoever was cool with that guy, they, you know, they was just like, oh, circling around my brother.
Get rid of the mic.
Get rid of the mic?
Yeah, can you do it without the mic?
Yeah, I don't even like the mic. All right, so boom. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, bet. So.
So now there's like this argument, you know, going on between my brother and the only happened to be the only other hood guys that's there who's cool with the owner of the house. So while the argument's happening, people are slowly starting to circle my brother. And me, I've never been in a situation where I seen somebody about to put their hands on my brother, like grown people. Like something came, like I didn't know how my body just started reacting. I'm like, what the hell's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? So they start surrounding him, and then like the diplomat started to disappear. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know, horns start coming out. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Then all of a sudden, like I pop up next to him. I go, hey, next person to take a step near my brother. He's getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It was like I'm skipping some steps, but it got escalated really quickly, so I had to adapt. You know what I'm saying? So I said, next person to take a step to my brother. Getting it, and then there was one girl mouthing off. I said chicks too. You know what I'm saying? Equal opportunity unisex. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be the, you know what I'm saying, the professional, right? So one rule, because I've been through plenty of fights, you know what I'm saying, in my younger years. I at least got experience with it, and one tip I always gave them is, if you're going to have an altercation with somebody, don't be all loud. I'm gonna punch this guy in the face, take off your jacket. If it's really a problem, at least just get right to the point. Hit him, bang. Because otherwise, the guy's going to be like, all right, and bang, while you're talking. And then you got another problem. So, of course, my brother's too big of a showboat for that. So he's, oh, what, man? Fuck this guy taking off his jacket, showing off for the girls, all this and that. And guess what happens? The guy claps him. Bang. You know, he hits him. And I see that. He's like where, you see the guy with the hat right there, J. Don? That guy? He's like right where he is. And I see that happen, and my brother falls. And it's like two grown, my brother's still a teenager. He's ratchet, he's scary, but he's a teenager at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I see that, and then who has played Mortal Kombat? All right, who know? Remember Raiden? You know the little teleport move that he does? That's exactly what I did. Like I was just all of a sudden next to the guys, like chicks was throwing bows and everything. Like it was crazy. You know, it was like people that was fighting on the behalf of us that I didn't even know. You know, I grab the guy, I bring him over to somewhere else. I'm hitting him. You know, and then like I trip and fall, and I go, uh-oh. Somebody else walks up, I'm like, oh, they're going to stomp me out. But the thing is, when they don't have experience and you do, it don't matter if you're rusty or not. So I'm going to go, oh, all right, came back up, bang, finished where I started. You know, and then this is how you know the guy was like some extra corny guy. So I'm hitting him, and all he's worrying about is keeping his hat on. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you deserve this right now. Like, you know, So while you know I'm doing, you know, what I gotta do, right? You know, oh, my cousin, he's got out of jail. He was on probation or whatnot. He was like, oh man, but just came out his coat like Wolverine. You know, did what he had to do. You know, and then like, you know, I seen a girl jump over somebody and hit somebody else, and I'm like, oh, it's like 300 right now. So I'm hitting the guy, and all of a sudden it's like I see like red and blue lights on the guy's face. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And the lights coming from behind me, and all of a sudden I see people behind him running. So I'm like. And I start running in the same direction, you know. And you know how like a lot of BET comics, they used to be like, oh, you know, in horror movies, white girls be running through the woods and they be falling. See, that was a sister, we be out. Man, these white girls was gone. Like they was in the woods, yo, they was jumping over bushes, logs. They was in the front. Like I'm following them, you know. What I mean? Like, cause I know where I was at. You know, they was in the woods, yo. It's dark, you know, people tripping and falling. I'm jumping over them. And so I see this, you know, so all of a sudden people disperse. I see people get rounded up by the cops. I don't see my brother in there. I'm like, wait, where's my brother? He's on probation. He's younger than me. I'm the older brother. This could be a problem for me with my mom and the law. You know, and for him in the law, he can go where he is. So I'll go, oh shit. Everybody's running. I stop. I turn back to go back to the scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, so people were still running. I'm going back to the scene. I'm freaking out now. I'm like, forget about me. Where's my brother? You know what I'm saying? So I don't see him. I go back to the actual scene. Cops going around asking me questions. I just play it off like I'm just a pedestrian walking through. Like, hey, this is peculiar. You know? I don't see him. I'm like, oh, shit, where the fuck is he? I walk back and I see people rounded up by cops. I'm like, he's not in that group either. You know, all these idiots got caught. You know, all of a sudden I see my brother come out of the darkness. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about nothing. Walk, of course. Hat sideways as usual. You know, and I'm just like, I'm about to start crying. I'm like, oh my God, there you go, come here. And he over here complaining about a stain he got on his hat or something like that. I'm like, oh, shut up, come over here. Apparently, he ran with somebody and went with them into their house to hide from the cops. And he was just like this with them, like, until it was all over, you know. So lot of things escalated. We ended up getting into it with some guys to a point where they kind of like faked a drive-by, like they drove by like they had a gun, but they didn't. And people ran, and then but it ended up being quite a bonding, event for me and my brother. It was a great family getaway. And it kind of teaches you a lot about family values. You know what I'm saying? So that's the story about my family vacation, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.